were you disappointed with any of the candidates? Do you think that one should have performed better than the other?
Well, I'll start there. I was surprised. Number one, I thought Mary Landrieu, the incumbent, would have been much more aggressive and saying, look, almost really mad about some of the attacks on her and saying, look what she's done for Louisiana. I didn't come away feeling like she'd really told us why it was important to continue her seniority, why seniority was important. I mean, if you take away seniority, again, she's a pretty bland lady in a heavily Republican state and doesn't have much to sell. So I would have been much more aggressive if I were advising her, number one. Cassidy, he's kind of a slow beginner. I think it helped him to come on after a while, and he got into more depth. The criticism I have of it is the format itself. 1 minute is just not enough to answer a question. They should have gone at least 2 minutes. And then Barry Irwin, one of the moderators, kept very rudely saying, it's over, shut it down, shut it down. And rather than saying, 5 seconds, kind of very quietly saying 5 seconds. I've been in a number of debates over a period of time. And I think that Irwin, who apparently was the timekeeper, was too much more aggressive, but the candidates should have had more time. So my biggest criticism is the debate format itself just wasn't handled very well, in my opinion.
Lawrence, in terms of the debate format, do you agree?
Well, look, debate formats are always difficult, particularly in political campaigns. It's very difficult to control a political candidate to get them to shut up at the appropriate time. They're just going to keep talking. So I don't know that there is any real debate format that's ever going to really be great or be good for a political campaign. I did think Senator Landrieu did come out somewhat aggressive in her opening statement, or the opening question. She went after Congressman Cassidy, and I don't know that I agreed that that was the time to start in on Congressman Cassidy, but she did it. I do agree with Jim that I thought that Congressman Cassidy did a good job. I thought he got better as the debate went on. I think Senator Landrieu held her own and did what she needed to do. She talked about what she's done for Louisiana, and she's defended her record. The colonel, in a lot of instances, did not seem to be very specific, though. More generalities. You and I could sit down and have a conversation about solving the ills of the world, and we don't necessarily have to come up with specifics sipping over a cup of coffee. But when you're running for the United States Senate, you need to have something more specific to say about how you're going to do it. And I thought if there's a criticism of the colonel's performance tonight, it is that he was not specific enough on what he would do in order to solve the many problems that this country faces.